Hello, everybody, and welcome to another round with the Future Forecasting Group. I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by Daz, Edward, Derek, Dick, and Naeem, our rockstar remote viewing team. We're going to be going through the world events for September 2024. And I was just saying off camera that, every month these get a little bit more interesting, a little bit more scary, but there was a couple ones in here that just kind of scared the shit out of me.
I didn't do very well this month. I didn't like this month. I just couldn't quite connect with anything really.
I've heard that from a couple of you guys, like that you all seem to struggle this month, especially.
I had a very difficult time finding, the baseline, the signal line on anything. I tried multiple sessions. Yeah, same.
There's so much expected things happening and scheduled things happening. So we're in a political season. There are wars. There are economic rumbles. It's just it's when times were quieter, a couple of years ago, stuff would stand out. But now there's so much coming at us.
Let's see what you got, and there was some corroboration here, so we'll see.
Lots of dirt and dust in the air, and then all I could see visually was a large trailing black cloud in the sky. So it was just what I'm trying to draw here. But then I couldn't work out if it was coming from the sky dropping event, which with the explosion, or if it came from something natural. It was just messy. I just couldn't get a bead on it. I knew it was near an urban location though, and I wrote here, it's got a really mixed data feel. It feels like it's a natural event, but also feels like it's a down event. So I couldn't quite work out what was going on there. Financial news here. I had this moment I wrote that down. I had a vision of tanks in my head. I felt that might be symbolic. So I felt like there was going to be like a boom moment, almost like something financially is going to explode or a rupture. And this is going to have a huge impact that reverberates. Bitcoin news, I felt like it would drop a bit, but then it would go up to 69.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself. Like I was talking about, this is just a very difficult job right now, and the world is going absolutely bonkers. Let's have Derek go next.
Yeah, Daz, I'll see the rubbish and raise you more rubbish. Because I struggled too, really bad. The whole way through was just... was rough, and this is a culmination of several sessions and several hours, and I just couldn't find the signal line. Or if I saw something, I would dig in and get nothing. Just exactly like you mentioned, Dad. Exactly. So my first one here: convoy, military vehicles, trucks on fire, burning, heavy black smoke, northern lights, more frequent. So we're starting to see, at least in the U.S., northern lights as far south as I think northern lights were seen recently as far south as Texas. Solar flares to blame for increased activity, visibility further south. I see a civilian jet escorted by military fighters. Again, tried to dig deeper into it.
Thank you, Derek.
Super high struggle this month.
Yeah, no, it's understandable.
Let's take a look here. Okay. This was a prominent church, chapel, or citadel. Prominent. And it was on fire. I don't know what this word means. Repentant.
Oh boy, you got to see my session.
Uh-oh. So it's either a church, a chapel, or a citadel.
Wow.
Now these two additional ones that came in, it wasn't just church. It was just like, I don't know, maybe it's called a chapel. Maybe it's called a citadel, but it's on fire. But it had these, beautiful colored windows, and it was very cool. Oh, I didn't like this one. Hopefully this is wrong. The location seemed pretty strong for me on this one. Somewhere in Pennsylvania, like in the Pittsburgh area. And it was a very large industrial explosion, but the cloud, the big clouds filling the sky like that, big black clouds taking over like that. Oh, this was interesting. Grayscale announces new crypto moves. Good for crypto. Grayscale could say, hey, we're doing whatever, and it's going to be very positive, bringing some money into the crypto space.
Wow. Yeah, thanks, Edward. So Naeem or Dick, who's up?
Oh, with that in mind, I'll show mine, I guess.
Okay.
Here's a good one: a dolphin story. It's like some problem or some mistreatment, but it's like we love dolphins, like feel good about dolphins. Trump illness off the campaign for a while. Maybe his illness is he's in jail, but that would make you sick. But I see Trump having to be off the campaign for a period of time. Okay, Edward had the church. I said an iconic historical place, but it's a site with Illuminati or Masonic symbology. And I saw firefighters putting, but big damage to an iconic historical site, which kind of corroborates what Edward saw. And this one was, I was done with my session and I thought, what did I forget? I thought, the IEDs, I go, somebody's gonna plant IEDs and it may not be this month, but when the improvised explosive devices start popping off in America, that's when we've crossed the line. They're holding off because there's no going back when they go off. IEDs in the US, this may not be September, but they're ready to be put in place and this will bring a big crackdown. So that's a significant one right there. I hate to say it.
That one sent shivers down my spine.
Hope we're wrong, but
it's
on the record. Yeah, you're driving down the freeway and it's like you in Baghdad, boom. Cheery stuff, huh?
Yeah. Over there, it's just like another day, though. I mean, yeah, it's bad, but they move on. Here, the way that we overreact to everything, it would shut us down.
All right, Naeem was hot for the July ones 2 months ago, so let's see what he's bringing now.
I never heard that term IED. I didn't know that what that stood for, but
well, they did. That was big in Afghanistan and
improvised
IED.
Improvised explosive device.
I have something like that here.
What? Oh, wow.
So my first event here is what I take to be, a train or a subway. I'm calling it a train or a subway. I see people running. There's some yelling. And I see an explosive. I don't know if it happens inside or outside, but I do see an explosion associated with this. Terror. It feels like an explosive is planted there, and it's like get away, evacuate, get away. Subway explosion or attack in a metropolitan area. I mean, New York comes to mind just because I'm more familiar with that, but I know there's quite a few major cities that have pretty significant subway systems. But I see an explosive that's not, it looks like something someone made, like a backpack explosive or something like that, like has like a canister on it there somewhere. So yeah, subway explosion type event. Now, I saw this and I thought King Charles, maybe after seeing Dick's, I mean, it could be Jimmy Carter, but an old Caucasian man, I took to be King Charles, but I get hospice or hospital, palliative care, and then Bitcoin. To me, it feels like the main positive movement is going to happen in week 3.
Thank you, Naeem. Yeah, very, very chilling, especially the outbreak announcements and the kind of the corroboration with Dick's IEDs, which I was really hoping Dick would be wrong there. All right, here we go. I'm going to show where you guys had some corroboration.